Bed and Biscuits Boarding and Training Facility. This is Athena, young Dobie. She's doing very well with her training. She just gets very, very excited very easily. That's her worst downfall, but we're hoping when she gets a little bit older, most Dobermans grow out of that, which I'm sure she will too, but it just takes time. So I didn't want to take the spirit out of the dog, so I went easily and slowly with her training. And other than that real excitedness, she does really, really well. So here on video, we're going to do about 4 or 5 different exercises. We're going to do the the heel on leash, which we got just a regular 6-foot leash, nothing. This might even be only 5-foot leash, but 5 or 6 foot leash. I'm using a prong collar. She just listens to that better because she can get so spastic. I don't have to use it much at all, but the trick to that is just pull and release. When she starts going anywhere from where differently than you're walking when you're heeling her, I leave the leash loose where it hooks to the collar like that, and when it gets tight, you don't even have to be looking at her. You just pull and release. Make it come tight and then release and tell her to heel. Just keep walking. Do not stop walking. Otherwise, every time she thinks she can get you to stop walking by veering off a different direction. So you just keep walking the direction you're going, and you get a little pull and release, and she'll come right back to your side. Usually, I've never carried a treat in this hand, or I haven't used any treats for anything with her, but you would think when we're heeling, she glues her nose right around you. You'd think she's looking for a treat in my hand, but I've never carried a treat. So she's doing really, really well. But we're going to do the heel on leash, the sit stay, the down stay, and the recall. And we use hand signals through all these commands, the hand signals and the verbal commands. So when we return, we'll return to the heel on leash. Okay. Also, with all these exercises, especially the heel on leash, the dog is at your left side. The dog is always at your left side. If you try to work with her on the right side, she's probably going to constantly keep trying to cut in front of you or behind you to get to the left side. She's been trained to heel on the left side of the person. Okay, and do try to keep in mind, keep the leash loose. It's real easy to get in the habit of holding it tight, but that's going to teach her if you're going to pull this way, she's going to pull that way. You don't want that. You want to keep it a little bit loose, and you just, as things get tight for whatever reason, you pull and release, and she'll come right back to you. Okay, let's see how she does. You ready, girl? Ready to go for heel? Just as you take your first step, tell her to heel, and she should walk right along beside you. When she stops, or when you stop, she should automatically sit right beside you. If she doesn't, make her sit. Okay, Athena, heel. Come on. Good girl. Heel. See how loose the leash is? And when you stop walking, she automatically sits. Heel. We'd like to have her sit nice and straight at your heel, but if she doesn't, that's okay. We're just right now teaching her. The hand signal to sit is just bring your hand up. So if she doesn't sit as you stop, turn and go like that. She definitely knows what that means. And praise your dog. Good girl. Good. Okay, the next exercise is going to be Athena's recall. Hand signals you need to remember: sit, stay, walk out to the end of your leash, backing up slowly, reinforcing the word stay. Third hand signal, bring your hand to your chest and tell her to come. Use her name, come, and hand to the chest. See how she does. When you back up slowly, reinforce the word stay, or she's going to try to follow you. If she does, put her back in the same spot you started from. And do the exercise over. Sit, stay, stay, stay. Exercise finished, and praise your dog. Good girl. Good. Okay, this is going to be Athena's sit stay. It's exactly like the recall, but you're not going to call her to you. Exact same thing. Only stay out there for about 2 or 3 seconds and then return. Don't let her anticipate, and as you're coming back to her, don't let her get up. Come all the way back slowly, tell her to stay, and come back in this position before I use the words free, and that means the exercise is over. Okay? Sit, stay, 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 stay. Exercise finished and praise your dog. Good girl. Okay, this is going to be exactly like the sit, stay, and the recall. But you're going to put her in a sit at your left side, turn and face her, and you're going to have to probably put your finger right to the ground. Eventually you'll just be able to do it from up here, but put your finger down, tell her to down. She gets all crazy when she gets down there, but just use a calm voice. It's probably going to be one of your hardest exercises to get her to do, but don't give up. You'll see when she gets down there, her feet get all crazy, she gets all hyped up, but use a nice calm voice and tell her to stay as you walk to the end. You may not be able to get all the way back to the end of your leash. Only just take like one step back like this. Tell her to stay, and then come back to her like this. And if she stays there that long, that's great. Then you'll be surprised. It won't take long. You'll be able to go all the way back to the end of the leash and longer lengths of time like the sit stay. Okay, always start out with the dog in a sit position though before you put her down. Okay? Sit, good girl. Down. Down. Come on. Athena, down. Stay. Stay. Good girl. Stay. 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 Exercise finished. Praise your dog. Good girl. Okay, for conclusion, Athena's done really well. I haven't had to work real hard at her jumping. She'll bounce on her front end, but she never really jumps on me, and she really never has. She might have tried once or twice, but I use the knee if I had to, but I don't think I ever had to with her. Just put your hand in like this, and you don't hit them, you don't bend your elbow. Keep your elbow straight, tell her off. I use the words off. Down is meaning to lay down, remember? So I use the words off, but if I just go like in her run in the morning when I come in or in the afternoon, she's real excited to see me. She might be, well, let's say she's sitting right there or jumping, standing. I'll just say off, and I'll hold my hand way over here. I'll just tell her off. She partially pays attention to my hand, so she doesn't want to jump, but she knows the off means not to jump. So if I just say off like that, I can walk around her. She's bouncing all over, but she will not jump on me because she knows. So she's done very good with that. She's going to be very, very good when she grows up. I mean, her heel is outstanding. She sits on a dime almost every time. She's been really, really good. She's a real sweet dog. Her worst enemy, like I said before, is her hyperness, and that's just the puppy Doberman. I mean, that's just the way they are. Their brain, she just gets so hyper, she can't control her movements. She just has to be moving sometimes. But she can get like this right here to where she's really calm. And she's going to be a beautiful, beautiful, well-trained dog. All you got to do is just keep up with this stuff that I've done here on these few exercises, and she'll get better and better and better. And then start adding in some distractions, maybe a person a little ways away. You couldn't see it on video, but during one of our exercises, about halfway through this video, there was two little dogs. My neighbor's dogs were out here on the edge of the grass over there, outside of the fenced area, and she kept looking. She's seen them. Matter of fact, I was getting ready to do my heel, but when I took off with the heel, she totally got her mind off from them and came back onto the heel. So that's very, very good for a dog like this at this age and a Doberman to be able to let that go. That was a huge distraction. They weren't real close, but she's seen them. I've seen her looking over there, and she did very well. So after you get doing really well at home with her and you feel you can put in a distraction or two, it might be very small, little distractions at first, but eventually you'll be able to do more and more distractions. She'll be great. Going in and out of doorways, I always do the sit, stay. I walk through the doorway. Of course, she's on a leash. I open up the door, reinforcing the words sit and stay. And then when I walk through, then I'll tell her to come, use the hand signal to come. And it's just a little added extra thing, because most dogs, when you open a door, they think they need to be the first ones out, whether they knock you down or the person on the other side of the door over, they don't care. But this is a good thing they have to learn. It's like if you have company, they come to the door and they ring the doorbell. She should be putting a sit if she's there in the house. Put her in a sit, tell her to stay. You can open up the door. It's going to be a huge distraction, but eventually it's not too much to expect for her to just sit and stay as you answer the door. And that's something you can work on, but it's down the road before she can get that far. But anyway, she's done really, really good, and if you want to later on, not all dogs are cut out for it, but the off-lead, doing all these exercises without a leash at all, she's definitely capable, I believe, in doing that. So if you opt to go through that class later on, I recommend you take her back home and get as good as you can with her on a leash. And then once you get doing really well with that, if you want to, some people don't have a need for it, other people's do. But you can bring her back for the off-lead. I'd be glad to work with her. I think she'd do great. Thank you very much.